We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Where is that drip coming from? Now what? We have a leak. So just doing my regular weekly maintenance and emptying my tanks, I noticed those drips right down here coming from underneath the camper and dripping on the ground. As they say, right, we all know, and every RVer knows, where the water is coming from on your camper. The typical water, right? Like AC water, that's not typical water. So when I opened the plumbing bay, so I found these two old rolls of paper towels, and both of them are sopping wet. But there's actually not a lot of water here. What's going on? We have to investigate. So I came here to my basement and emptied everything out. Decided to crawl in. And I took off this excess panel that goes right here. And what do we have? But a nice leak coming out of my water heater. Actually, both the cold and the hot seem to be leaking. Good times. And if you can see in the corner back there, that's the gas line. So I believe the water was finding its way down that gas line and outside through the bottom of the camper floor. And who knows how long this thing's been leaking. Look at that wood. So what do we do now? Do I fix it or do I hire someone to fix it? We'll see. More to follow. Alright, it's been a week and a half since I caught the leak in our water heater. So let's see what we've developed so far. So what I found out is it is only leaking from the hot water outlet, not the cold water inlet. So I've had this tiny little Tupperware container catching the water for a week and a half. And then every single night I turn off the water, kind of let the hot water run out in the sink so we're not dripping all night. But I have to come out here twice a day or more to empty that Tupperware container so it doesn't continue to rot the wood underneath. So as you can see, the wood's a lot drier. It's just been a pain in the butt, right? And the reason it's taken a week and a half is because we had to order this. Our new Suburban 10-gallon water heater, SW10DE. So I'm no stranger to fixing things and getting my hands dirty. So I'm gonna attempt to put this in, but I'm definitely not an expert. I've slept at the Holiday Inn a few times. So we're gonna see how it goes today. Okay, so not only did I buy the water heater, because of the wood damage, I had to buy a new stand and my goodness, what an air show over there? Just a lot of planes flying around right now. Wow, the plane traffic here is crazy right now. But so I had to buy the top of the plywood stand and then those braces right there, not the firewood, but the brace, because those braces that hold that water heater in, looking like they're starting to rot as well. And lastly, because I think the water heater was leaking because of some cheap connections, I got these. Some good brass fittings to go in this water heater. So this isn't a tutorial, not by any means. There's plenty of folks online that give some pretty good tutorials. I highly recommend All About RVs with Jared Gillis. I don't know Jared Gillis, never met him. He wouldn't know me either, but he's given some valuable information on his channel all about RVs. So watch his. But I'm gonna let you just see today what happens and how painful this becomes or how easy it is. We'll see. So let's go. Of note, I already turned off the hot water like 3 hours ago, so hopefully it's a little cooled off by now. That's not bad after 4 months of full-time RVing. Pretty good. Let off some hot water pressure here. By the way, I did turn off the power, so I'm not gonna shock myself. Got the gas line still in the heater. I disconnected it so it's safe, but I left it in. Okay, empty hole. That's interesting. That just comes on up like that. There's mold growing on it. So I gotta replace this. Alright, let's go. Okay, water heater and stand are out. And this is the quality stand that Grand Design has in here. Obviously it's a RV, right? It's not a luxury home, but something that definitely looks like an 8th grader could build it. And mold in the bottom. Obviously I think it's been leaking a while. Alright, so we can't do anything until we have a new stand. So let's build a stand. Alright, let's get it back in so we can get the water heater in. So the problem is getting it under and around all those hoses and fence and wires, because when they originally built it, those weren't there, right? So now if you have to weave everything through, which we did, it was possible, it's just a pain in the butt. Okay, so that's in. It's screwed into the floor of the camper, and Heather washed. There's a slight piece of wood under the water heater that steadied it, I guess. Heather cleaned that and put some alcohol on it, cleaned out of the mold. We're letting that dry in the sun, and then soon here we will throw in the water heater and start plugging everything up. Hopefully that doesn't go too long. Okay, it's in. All the electric is connected. The wood's in place. Got the brass check valves screwed in with plumber's tape. Now I gotta connect the propane line. We will check that in a bit with some soapy water. think everything is connected. We got the water, the in connected and the hot out. We got the gas connected, power lines are connected, and the temperature control is connected to the thermostat. Okay, so let's see what happens when we turn on the water. But first, we gotta turn on the power. So now we gotta let the water heater tank itself fill up. It's completely empty. Okay, it's filling. Nothing coming out of the infill. It's got probably a solid 9 gallons or so. Nothing to do but wait and watch. The water heater tank is full. No issues. I went outside, looked at the anode rod where it kind of, some people have reported issues that Suburban didn't tighten it in good enough before they shipped it. No leakage there. No leakage between the cold inlet and the hot outlet. Tank is full. So far so good. We just gotta seal everything up. I still gotta check the gas, make sure it's good, just to be safe. Okay, no gas leak. Okay, so we let it sit overnight. I got a little late, so I couldn't really finish everything last night. It started to get dark. The only thing left today is to seal the box and close it up and make it waterproof. But just to check, right? This morning I checked already. No leaks. Everything looks good. Hot water's been running good. So far, no issues. So let's go to the other side and start sealing it back up. Okay, so I actually already did put this on. I had to fix this area down here. It was sticking out, so this seal wouldn't fit inside. So I had to take a good crowbar and a mallet and pound this back, or else this would not have fit in. Only took me 10 seconds. And right now, all is good. So this is in, and now I need to screw it back in place. That's in. Now we just need to seal it with some silicone. They had a really thick layer down here so the water couldn't seep in behind this plate. They also put a lot right here. I'm sure for like the creepy crawlies. We'll seal all of this up and we should be good to go. First, let's clean with some mineral spirits. Okay, now the silicone seal on the outside. This seal is to prevent from an inside leak. Okay, all done. Putting the door back on, closing her up. Okay, so we're gonna leave things like that for a little bit. Everything kind of opened in the underside to make sure it all works correctly, because the last thing I want to do is connect it all, put it all back in, and then have to get back under there tomorrow to see what happened, what went wrong, because I am no expert. I'm not an RV mechanic. Not to say I don't trust myself, but I don't trust myself sometimes. So we're going to give it a little bit, about a day or so, before I just put everything back in place. So I'll tell you how that goes in a day or two if everything's running smoothly. All right, I'll see you then. Okay, it's been 2 full days since I replaced the water here completely, and everything's sealed up. No issues. Everything's running nice and smooth. So I'm gonna put everything back together in here so it covers that mess up. All right, see you later.